you give me a couple of examples of the more enlightened view that we actually see in business today?
Yeah, there's a few. A smaller number in public companies, but Bob Chapman, who's sitting right here, he's talking tomorrow, right? He's talking tomorrow. Bob Chapman runs a company called Barry-Wehmiller. It's about a $2 or $3 billion business, about 8,000 employees. Good old-fashioned American manufacturing. So when Kimberly-Clark needs a machine to make toilet paper, Barry-Wehmiller makes that machine. And if you ask Bob, what does the company do, he won't tell you we're in manufacturing. He'll tell you that we're building extraordinary people to do extraordinary things. And if you ask Bob, how does he know he's successful, he'll say, we measure success by the way we touch the lives of people. And he firmly believes these things. And I've written about Bob in Leaders Eat Last. It's how I came to know him, about somebody who truly understands that business is a people thing. And I'll give you one example of how he's different. So in 2008, during the recession, Barry-Wehmiller was hit very, very hard by the recession. Of course, in recessionary times, large capital expenditures get cut first, and so that affects buying new machinery. And they lost 30% of their pipeline like that. So like so many companies, they couldn't afford their labor pool, and like so many companies, the board got together and said to Bob, you need to have layoffs. You need to save $10 million. And Bob absolutely refused. And instead what they did is they implemented a furlough program where every employee had to take 4 weeks of unpaid vacation. They didn't have to take it consecutively, and they could take it whenever they wanted. Everybody from secretary to CEO. And when Bob announced the program to the company, he said, it's better we should all suffer a little than any of us should have to suffer a lot. And morale went up. And what happens in well-led organizations is when leadership demonstrates a care for us as human beings, the biological reaction to those conditions is we actually start caring for each other much more. So in most organizations, when leadership cares more about numbers than us and will sacrifice our lives to meet some arbitrary projection, we hunker down and we become paranoid and self-interested and mistrustful, right? Well, something happened at Barry-Wehmiller that nobody expected, and it wasn't part of the program, which is people who could afford it more started trading with those who could afford it less. So some would take 5 weeks so that others only had to take 3. In other words, the people started taking care of each other. The recession, they got out of the recessionary times, the furlough program was done away with, they restored the 401k program they had frozen, they actually back paid on 401k from where they had frozen it, good luck hiring any of those employees even if you offer them more money. They will not leave. And the productivity, innovation, and intensity of this organization is absolutely unbelievable. And he completely went against what is considered standard on how we treat how we fix problems.